Hello to anybody who might be watching. I wanted to make a quick video about the importance of the radio relay station. We're about a month into the latest update, which added PlayStation players to the network. So welcome, PlayStation players. It's awesome to have you guys. Been having a good time playing with you guys. A lot of you guys are quick learners. This game there's a lot. It's a little bit in depth. There's a lot to it. A lot of different components. It takes a little while to learn. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of stress the importance of radio relay stations because it's been kind of been an ongoing thing a lot of us have noticed, some of the players who've been playing for a while, people taking bases and not building them. So I wanted to just talk about why they're important. So the main reason you want to build a radio relay station is because it gives you the ability to take other bases nearby. So you can see here we're at Yantar. Red on the map, blue means Americans have it. Red and blue are within radio relay range. It means there's a radio station at some of these bases nearby, which allows us to take these bases. Or we already have these bases. Now yellow are bases that are not within radio range. So that means we cannot take yellow because we don't have a radio connected to them. So if you look here at Yantar, we don't have a radio. If you look here at Gravet, we don't have a radio for some reason. Same with Tiller's Find. So in order to take these bases, we have to add a radio relay station at a base we've already captured that's nearby to these bases. So these are yellow on the map. You can see right now. Here we are at Yantar, and this is Rapcore, Tyrone. Now, I've already placed a radio relay station here. If I go here and finish it off, you will see that it greatly expands our coverage.
Всем позывным. Говорит Жатва 01. Теперь у нас новая ретрансляционная башня на базе Янтарь. Конец связи.
So you can see now that from Yantar, we now have access to Shuka, Rapcore, and Prologue. And then if you hover over a base with a radio relay station built there, you'll see red lines radiating out. That will show you what bases that radio station is giving you access to. So because we built that radio relay station here, all those bases connected via the red lines we can now take because there's a radio relay station here. And if you look at the underneath where it says military hospital, that bar with a bunch of different symbols, you'll see a lightning bolt. That lightning bolt means that there's a radio relay station here. So Gravet has no buildings. Nothing's highlighted. But if you go to Tixon, you can see a lightning bolt there. That means we have a radio relay station there. So that's how you can tell what buildings are built there, and the most important is the lightning bolt. You should be building a radio relay station as the first building at every single base. Anytime you take a base, or even when the round first starts and you start off at main operating base, the very first building at any base should always be a radio relay station. Even before the arsenal, before the vehicle depots, before anything else, radio relay stations should be first. So, in addition to extending range to which bases you can take, another reason they're important is it allows you to spawn in at bases. The way it works gets a little bit tricky. Honestly, the specifics I'm not 100% on, but something along the lines of, all right, we have a radio relay station here at Military Hospital. We do not at Gravet. And we do not at Tiller's. Now, MOB does have it, so we'll kind of ignore that. But because we don't have a radio relay station at these two, we will not be able to spawn in at the 1 second away. Actually, the Americans were able to take Montiac not too long ago because we did not have a radio relay station there, and we didn't have one at Tiller's. So we didn't have the extended coverage to a base we already controlled, but we couldn't spawn in defenders while it was being attacked because we didn't have a radio relay station there and didn't have one with the base nearby. So that also helps with spawning in, which is great obviously in your ability to defend when you're being attacked. You want people to be able to spawn in and defend it so you don't lose the base. The third reason, which is also an extremely important reason, is it helps with supply generation. So all the bases will generate supplies on their own. Now supplies are useful for a million different things, including being able to spawn in. They take supplies to spawn in on a base, to build buildings, to grab cars, to grab equipment, any of that stuff, they're going to take supplies. So radio relay stations are vital in auto supply generation. So the way it works is if you build a radio relay station at a base nearby, so how to explain this. let's say we have Tixon. So we have one base, two base, three bases connected to Tixon. So Tixon will generate supplies every 5 seconds based on the number of radar relay stations connected to it from the bases surrounding it. So because there's three bases connecting it, it should be generating three supplies every 5 seconds. If there was two, you get two every 5 seconds. If there were five, you get five every 5 seconds. It maxes out at five, but that's only for the small bases. The MOB and the major bases, which are the ones here in purple, are going to generate at a faster. I know the MOB is pretty sure it's 10 supplies every 5 seconds, and MOB is kind of unique in that you can generate a huge amount of supply reserves, but that's a kind of a different talk for a different video. But anyway, so the other thing too actually is the bases will generate supplies themselves of the radio relay station at a quicker rate. Some will not generate any supplies if there's not a radio relay station built there. So you might take a base and then you leave and you move on. That base may be stuck at like 75 or 100 or however many supplies are there until you build a radio relay station there. At that point, you need to grab supplies from either a nearby base or one of these supply depots and bring it back to build a radio relay station. So, reason one, extend your radio connection for which bases you can take. Reason two, it helps with spawning in to defend bases, or just to spawn into a base so you can head out to get closer bases. And three, it helps with supply generation. It is the most important. It is the most important building out of all the buildings. Make sure you build it first before any other building after you take a base. And the other, I guess, kind of thing to throw in there too is Tower Entre Deux and Tower Regina. These are major towers. Unfortunately, we don't control them, so I can't show you the things radiating out. But these will give you access to a much larger radius than one of the smaller base radio relay stations will. But these are kind of ones people will fight for constantly. You'll see them going back and forth, especially Tower Entre Deux. Unfortunately, I can't see Tower Entre Deux, but Tower Entre Deux will give you connection to a bunch of bases. I'm pretty sure even like Tiller's fine. Like it radiates out a lot. So these are unusually powerful radio relay stations that also give you access to bases. However, they're fairly easy to grab back and forth, and they usually change hands back and forth. So if you lose access to it, then you lose access to the bases that are connected to it, unless you have a radio relay station within range. So I hope that helps. I hope that clarifies things and kind of stresses the importance of radio relay stations. Again, I know a lot of people are new. I get it. We've all been new. There's a lot to learn in this game. But this is one of the most important things, and it's kind of been an ongoing trend we notice with newer players where they'll take a base and they'll build like an arsenal. They'll build a small vehicle depot. They might build 5 different buildings, but they won't build a radio relay station. And it seems like it's because they don't understand how vital it is to actually playing the game and winning the game itself. So yeah, I hope that helps clarify things and explains the importance of it. Otherwise, take care and enjoy ARMA.